Hello dear learners, today we will talk about risk management. It's N Kadirova, Senior Lecturer of Pedagogical Institute of Bucharest State University. First of all, let's clarify and give some theoretical knowledge about what is risk management. Risk management is a process of identifying, assessing, and controlling threats to an organization's capital and earnings. These threats or risks could stem from a wide variety of sources, including financial uncertainty, legal liabilities, strategic management errors, accidents, and natural disasters. Every business and organization faces the risk of unexpected, harmful events that can cost the company money or cause it to permanently close. Risk management allows organizations to attempt to prepare for the unexpected by minimizing risks and extra costs before they happen. Now we will talk about the importance of risk management. By implementing a risk management plan and considering the various potential risks or events before they occur, an organization can save and protect their future. This is because a valid risk management plan will help a company establish procedures to avoid potential threats, minimize their impact should they occur, and cope with the results. There are some important benefits of risk management. They are: creates a safe and secure work environment for all staff and customers, increase the stability of business operations while also decreasing legal liability, provides protection from events that are harmful to both the company and the environment, protects all involved people and assets from potential harm, helps establish the organization's insurance needs in order to save on unnecessary premiums. And risk management strategies should also attempt to answer the following questions. First, what can go wrong? Consider both the workplace as whole and individual works. Second, how will it affect the organization? Consider the probability of the event and whether it will have a large or small impact. Third, what can be done? What steps can be taken to prevent the loss? What can be done to recover if a loss does occur? And the last question, if something happens, how will the organization pay for it? This is a risk management process circle we can make. First, you will identify risks, then measure them. After it, you will try to find solutions and examine solutions. Later, implement solution. And the last, you will monitor the result. You will see what happened while making this process. Now, all risk management plans follow the same steps that combine to make up overall risk management process. We will see step by step. Step 1. Risk identification. The company identifies and defines potential risks that may negatively influence a specific company process or project. Step 2. Risk analysis. Once specific types of risk are identified, the company then determines the odds of it occurring as well as its consequences. The goal of risk analysis is to further understand each specific instance of risk and how it could influence the company's projects and objectives. Step 3. Risk assessment and evaluation. The risk is then further evaluated after determining the risk's overall likelihood of occurrence combined with its overall consequence. The company can then make decisions on whether the risk is acceptable and whether the company is willing to take it on based on its risk appetite. Step 4. Treat the risk. During this step, you assess your highest ranked risks and set out a plan to treat or modify these risks to achieve acceptable risk levels. How can you minimize the probability of the negative risks as well as enhancing the opportunities? And the last step, risk monitoring. Part of the decrease plan includes following up on both the risks and the overall plan to continuously monitor and track new and existing risks. The overall risk management process should also be reviewed and updated accordingly. These were the theoretical part of our today's lesson, and now we will see and do some practical exercises. Practical exercise we are using from our textbook named Scale Up Students Book, Course 1 by Bakoyeva and others. Let's open that page where is given this topic. It's a lesson 12, Risk Management. As a warm-up activity, there are given some statements where we need to discuss. Risk management is a good decision making. Risk management is a methodology that helps managers make best use of their available resource. Well, a successful risk management program helps an organization consider the full range of risks it faces. As we said before, with the help of well-planned, well-organized risk management programs, we can avoid and reduce unexpected or some negative risks. Okay, let's move to the next exercises. The first exercise related to listening task. Before listening, let's predict what kind of material are we going to listen. From the given statements, as here is written, we can understand that we are going to listen an audio about the risk management guideline for students' organization. Okay, I will put an audio material for you and you will do while listening task. This will be the fourth exercise. Listen attentively and then complete the sentences, given sentences. You need to listen attentively for doing this task well. Okay, we will start. We will go on.
Lesson 4. Risk Management. Risk Management Guide for Student Organizations. At the beginning of the academic year, the Uzbekistan Higher Institution Administration appoints student leaders who are obliged to plan events and activities together with the faculty and staff. One of their responsibilities is to implement a comprehensive model of risk management to use in organizing social activities. Following the regulations, the authority has appointed Islamuddin Xorijiy as leader of Kamalot Youth Social Movement for his being prioritized freshman in the university admission exams owing to his well behavior and top academic results during the 9 months Army service. On the behalf of his duties, accomplishment in youth leadership, he clearly understands that he needs to review students, faculty, and staff leaders' handbook for details on validation process. Folding the front page of the handbook, he finds the lines, "Leaders of student organizations should be familiarized with risk assessment and management concepts and tools as required by Education Code." Having no idea about risk management, Islamuddin makes up his mind to consult the senior student Jawahir, who is a leader of Kamalat among graduate students. Jawahir wholeheartedly tries to highlight the term risk management, giving a tailored reply to the questions by Islamuddin.
Hello, could you help me to clarify, please, what the risk management is?
Oh, the same misunderstanding I had when I encountered this term in the handbook. Well, let me say it so. Risk management is the process of considering the potential and perceived risk involved in student activities. It includes monitoring organization activities and taking both corrective action and proactive steps to minimize accidental injury or loss.
Oh, does risk management have specific types?
There are lots of risk types. Major ones to consider are physical, reputational, emotional, financial, and facilities.
You have stated the main types and what the risk activities are.
There are potentially high-risk activities. They are alcohol, fire, and life safety, travel, behavior at parties and social events, and others. However, this is not an all-inclusive list. You should be able to use the concepts and tools to apply to all of your activities to assess the associated risks.
Can you provide me with concepts associated with the risk management?
They are the followings. Number 1. Identify risky behavior. Can injury or loss occur as a result of participation in or attendance at the event or activity? Running with pointed scissors in your hand. Number 2. Assess the probability. How likely is an injury or loss to occur while performing the activity? Running with scissors on a rocky hill. Number 3. Reduce risk. You may not be able to completely eliminate all risks. However, what methods or controls can be implemented to make the event safer? Controlling the use of alcohol, not allow running with sharp-pointed items, and etc. Number 4. Reassess the activity. Now that the obvious risks have been addressed, what else can be done to minimize the risks?
How can students identify and reduce risk?
They should meet with university advisors to review activities. Also, they have to read, understand, and know university policies.
Well, students, could you manage doing this listening task? Okay, now let's check your answers. First, risk management is the process of considering the potential and perceived risk involved in student activities. It includes monitoring organization activities and taking both corrective action and proactive steps to minimize accidental injury or loss. The second sentence was like this. Main types of risk management are physical, reputation, emotional, financial, facilities. The third, potentially high risk management activities are alcohol, fire, and life safety, travel, behavior at parties, and social events, and others. The fourth sentence was given like this. Students should be meet with university advisors to review activities. Also, they have to read, understand, and know university policies in order to reduce the risk. Okay, if you did like this, you are brilliant learners. I hope that you could manage doing this. Okay, now let's move to the grammatical part of our today's lesson, as it was devoted to modal verbs. Let's just review this topic. You know that there are some auxiliary modal verbs in English. They are can, could, may, might, will, would, must, shall, should, ought to, have to, and the others, right? Okay. Modal verbs are different from formal verbs, or we can say they are auxiliary verbs. First, what are the difference between modal verbs and the normal verbs? Modal verbs, they don't use an S for the third person singular, as we do in normal verbs. Second, they make questions by inversion. She can go becomes can she go? They are followed directly by the infinitive of another verb without to. Now let's see some types. Probability. First, they can be used when we want to say how sure we are that something happened, is happening, or will happen. We often call these models of deduction or speculation or certainty or probability. Let's see examples. It's snowing, so it must be very cold outside. I don't know. Where is John? Where John is? He could have missed the train. This bill can't be right. £200 for 2 cups of tea or coffee. Ability. We use can and could to talk about a skill or ability. Could is the past form of the modal verb can. Example. She can speak 6 languages. Or my grandfather could play golf very well. I can drive. Next type is obligation and avoidance. We can use verbs such as must or should to say when something is necessary or unnecessary, or to give some advice. We can use should for advice. For example, children must do their homeworks. They have to wear a uniform at work. You should stop smoking. Permission. We can use verbs such as can, could, and may to ask for and give permission. We also use modal verbs to say something is not allowed. For example, could I leave early today, please? You may not use the car tonight. Can we swim in the lake? The last is habits. We can use will and would to talk about habits or things we usually do or did in the past. For example, when I lived in Italy, we would often eat in the restaurant next to my flat. And there are given an exercise number 7. So, in order to check your understandings from the given grammatical theme, you need to do this exercise, where you will complete the sentence with your own ideas, and then you may check it and how did you understand the topic, grammatical topic. These are sources which were used during our lesson while preparation these theoretical, practical, and grammatical part of our today's lesson. I hope this information given and the lesson was very informative for you. Take care. Thanks for your attention.